Welcome to Metrology lecture series. In the present video, we will discuss the metrology terminology. First, we will discuss the sensitivity. Sensitivity in measurement is a measure of the change in instrument output occurs when the quantity being measured changes by given amount. So, sensitivity in measurement means how much the instrument's reading changes when the quantity being measured changes by a certain amount. In the other words, sensitivity of an instrument is the ratio of the scale spacing to the scale division value. So, sensitivity is the ratio of scale reading change divided by actual displacement. This is you have to see one example, that is the dial indicator. So in the dial indicator, the scale spacing is 1 mm and the scale value is 0.01 mm. So sensitivity equal to 1 mm divided by 0.01 mm, which is equal to the 100. So this means dial indicator is sensitive enough to show the 100 small readings when the plunger moves by just 1 mm. If consider sensitivity over the full range of instrument reading with respect to the measured quantities as represented in the figure. So in the figure you have to observe that one in the x-axis measured quantity over the full range of the instrument, and moreover in the y-axis instrument reading for the full range of the instrument, then sensitivity at any value, that is y equal to dy by dx. Here dx and dy are the increments of x and y. So sensitivity is the slope of the curve at any value of the y. Next term is the resolution. The resolution represents the smallest increment in the measured value that can be detected. In terms of measurement system, resolution is quantified by the smallest scale increment or least count of the output readout indicator, which means smallest change in a quantity that an instrument can be detect is known as the resolution. Let's see the example. The digital stopwatch, which has the 2 digits behind the seconds, so it subdivides time in hundreds of the second. Hence the 1 by 100 of a second, it is as the resolution of the digital stopwatch. Let's see the another term, that is the calibration. So calibration is the quantitative determination of errors of the measuring instruments and adjusting them to a minimum. So in the simple words, calibration means checking how accurate a measuring instrument is and adjusting so that the errors are as small as possible. So calibration is a pre-measurement process. In general, it is carried out by the manufacturers, and calibration is carried out by making adjustments such as the readout device produce the zero output for zero measured unit. Let's see the one small example. A weighing machine is tested using a standard 1 kg of the weight. If the machine is showing the 1.05 kg, so the error is the 0.05 kg. So now we have to go for the calibration. Then machine is adjusted until it show the exactly 1 kg. So this process of checking and correcting is calling as the calibration. So next term is the interchangeability. Interchangeability means the ability to replace one part with another similar part without any problem in fitting or maybe working. Let's see this one small example of the ball bearing case. All ball bearings of the same size and type are made to a standard specification. So a bearing from the one manufacturer can be fit perfectly on a shaft or housing made by the another manufacturer without any modification. So advantages of the interchangeability is, so first one is it reduces the assembly cost, and second one is permits the quick, cheap and satisfactory repairs. So next one is the readability. Readability refers the ease with which the readings of measuring instrument can be read, and it is the susceptibility of measuring device to have its indicator converted into meaningful number. So readability means how easily we can see and read the measurement from an instrument. So let's see the one example for the readability. So here I have to consider the two thermometers. One is the digital thermometer. So another one is the mercury thermometer. A digital thermometer show the temperature directly on the screen. Let's consider the example. So temperature is the 37.5 degrees centigrade mean. So it will showing the exactly 37.5 degrees centigrade, which is easy to read. So this means it is having the good readability. Similar case I have to consider the another thermometer, that is the mercury thermometer. For the mercury thermometers, it requires you have to look closely and align your eyes with the scale. So its readability is lower compared to the digital thermometer. Next one is the magnification. Magnification means increasing the magnitude of output signal of measuring instrument many times to make it more readable. So in order to measure small differences in dimensions, the movement of the measuring tip in contact with the work must be magnified. For this, output signal from a measuring instrument to be magnified. Next one is the repeatability. Repeatability is the ability of the measuring instrument to repeat the same results for the measurements for the same quantity. So repeatability means it is ability of measuring instrument to repeat the same results under the following condition, that is by the same operator with the same instrument under the same conditions without any change in the location, without change in the method of measurement, and measurements are carried out in short intervals of time. So under these conditions, measuring instruments are repeat the same results, that is we are calling as the repeatability. We have to see in this picture. So first one is the all the results continuously repeating the under the following these conditions. It is producing the close results. So then instrument we are calling as the good repeatability. And second one we have to observe that one the here output results are the different for the different times of the measurements. Now we have to call this instrument as the poor repeatability. So I have to observe the another one, it is also producing the close results. So this instrument also have to call as the good repeatability. So next we have to see the another term is the reproducibility. Reproducibility is the consistency of pattern of variation in measurement, closeness of the agreement between the results of measurement of the same quantity when individual measurements are carried out by the following conditions, that is by the different observers and by the different methods and using different measurements and under the different conditions, locations and different times, etc. So reproducibility means under the different conditions and different methods and different observers, if we conducted the measurements, then instrument produce the closeness of the results, then we have to call as the instrument having the good reproducibility. So there is a lot of difference between the repeatability and reproducibility. So repeatability means under the same conditions it will be produce the same results, but reproducibility means under the different conditions the instrument should be produce the near values, that is we are calling as the reproducibility. So these are the metrology terminologies, and thank you.